Hello everyone and welcome to the Jyotishi.com YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about a topic which has crossed our mind at some point of time, right? So today we are going to discuss on destiny versus free will. How much are we in control of our lives, or how much of our lives is governed by the planet, since we are a part of Jyotishi.com and astrologers say a lot of our life is governed by the planet. So today we will discuss more in depth about this. And there are two schools of thought, right?
Yes.
So the Orient, which is mostly the East, and then there is the Occident, which is more tuned towards the West,
Yes.
right? So these two schools of thought have very different ideas of how life is governed, right?
Correct.
Like, for example, the Orient believes in everything being a happening,
Yes.
whereas in the West, people think they are the masters of their lives,
Yes.
right? Now, how does this interplay in terms of destiny versus free will? Uh, how much of our life is actually in our hands versus how much of our life is what we call a happening?
Yes. So this is a very complex question. It's a very controversial question as well. So, and it has been kind of debated over the ages. But we'll try and address this with a few examples. So, for example, have you played poker?
Yes.
Yes. So poker, when you so there are sequences which makes you win. So for example, you have four of a kind, you have three of a kind, you have a straight,
Yes.
and those kind of things. So you assume that there are four players or five players playing poker, and then you shuffle those cards and all that. If there is a person who's reasonably good in that game, you would notice that 8 out of 10 matches he will win, irrespective of the cards that he gets. This is one part of it. Next part of it, if you are in a table where all of them are equally good or equally bad, then the ratio is a kind of a wave equation. Means anyone can win any of the games.
Okay.
So the net takeout from this example is life throws situations onto us. It is up to you how you make out of those situations and then counteract with those situations.
So, do you mean that cards are dealt to you? Now, how you
Yes.
play the game is up to you.
Is up to you. So that is one of the
Ways of looking at it.
ways of looking at it. Second thing is, you would have do you know the story of this sheep and the washerman, the dhobi? So the washerman, daily takes his clothes on the sheep, and he goes to a river pond and then ties the sheep. So one day he kind of forgets that to take the thread to tie the thing. So he was worried what to do. So wise man comes there and tells him that you don't have to bother. Just go and wash your clothes and come back. Just leave the sheep near the tree, and you would find that the sheep will not run away. So the take from here is there is always a frame of reference for everybody. You can or cannot play only in that frame of reference. So for example, the sheep knows that the circumference that it can move around, or the freedom
Was based on
the rope that was tied on his neck, and it can move around in that circumference, and it can graze all the grass in that particular circumference. So that is the second take that we get from here,
Okay.
that everybody probably has a circumference
Okay.
in a material frame of mind.
So, I would play the devil's advocate
Yes.
for the advantage of the audience who is
Yes.
listening to us,
Yes.
right? People in the West would say that, you haven't trained, the sheep wasn't trained enough. The pattern of the sheep was that, the pattern in the mind of the sheep was that
Yes.
it had been tied multiple for maybe a long time. So that
Yes.
is why it stayed in this
Yes.
circumference, right?
Yes.
But they would say that if you train yourself or train your mind enough,
Yes.
then you would have seen this as an opportunity and then maybe
Exactly. So
ran
that is.
away. So how does this interplay?
So the point comes here of multiple dimensions in life. So we are in this world living with a one frame of mind in one particular dimensions. Not many of us explore different dimensions of life, and if so, that is why I said in the material plane. So if there are different dimensions that are probably exposed to us, it probably gives us more degrees of freedom in terms of exploring better things and more things from that perspective.
Right.
And
is
the
it
third,
also related?
Yeah,
sorry to cut you
yeah.
off there. Is it also related to our buddhi or intelligence?
Buddhi intelligence, primarily, it is directly proportional in terms of how you sharpen that.
Okay.
And that sharpening will probably happen if you follow a strict kind of a, what do you call, lifestyle from a Vedic perspective.
Okay.
So that is how it is kind of shaped.
Oh.
So we'll talk about another example where there is a small boy who wanted to become a basketball player. So he was very good at basketball, and then he wanted to become like probably Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan kind of a thing. And then there is a limitation in terms of getting selected into the school team or the state team because he did not meet the criteria of maybe 6'4".
Okay.
So this is the third example. So from these examples, there are certain pointers that we can probably figure out. So the pointers are, so from a Vedic astrology perspective, the planets are the people who are kind of influencing us in our life. And the Rashis and the houses are the situations that are probably given to us. And next point that comes up is, there is always a constraint. You are sort of moving in one particular constraint, which you may realize, you may not realize. So for example, there are 200 crore people in the world who don't have one meal. So it is a fact. We know that is a fact.
Right.
There are 140 crore people who are not mentally or physically stable. So we know that is a fact from the various data that is available. So you cannot take them on a level playing field along with others and say that the situation that comes here, situation that comes to a normal person is similar. No,
right.
It is not a fair comparison from that perspective. So, but from that situation, what comes in, how you react to that situation entirely depends on you, provided your basic things are taken care of.
Right.
Roti, kapda, makan. So from a normal perspective, material perspective, I should be able to at least eat once or twice in a day, and then you start thinking about all these things, right? So the basic things in life, if it is taken care, then it is a level playing field. Otherwise, it is absolutely not a level playing field from that perspective.
Right.
So these are the key pointers from this story. So we can kind of get into an equation. It may be a simple linear equation or it could be a quadratic equation. We don't know what is the kind of equation. So the destiny is a function of your current free will. And so for example, we can say C is equal to AX plus BY. So in which you have control over the constants here, depending on the free will. So A and B are your on your control, and you kind of devise what kind of good work that you need to do, what kind of in which direction should I move forward to make my equation more stable and more positive from that perspective. Okay. So now we don't know whether it's a simple linear equation or it's a quadratic equation or it's a simple multilinear equation kind of a thing. But definitely the equation for each and every person, so from a Vedic astrology perspective, Jupiter and Saturn aspect, and depending on which aspect is coming first, you can clearly, we cannot denote a percentage there, but we can clearly figure out that what is the component of your free will. Is the free will more in the chart, or is destiny implied more in the chart?
So now, since you said this can be figured out from the chart, can a person going to an astrologer, can the astrologer guide him in the right direction and tell him what his destiny is and what the free will component is?
I don't think there is anybody capable in this world to figure out the percentage.
Okay.
This is my personal opinion. It is a very, very complex equation to start. The only thing that you can probably tell the customer is and ideally you should not tell also, because it is Vedic astrology, you're supposed to, in Jyotisha, you're supposed to talk about positive impacts.
Okay.
And kind of motivate the person to move forward in life in a peaceful and happy manner.
Right.
You're not supposed to kind of influence negativity into the person's life from that perspective. So you can probably figure out from the chart for yourself, saying that destiny component is pretty high. You can figure out that if the person works hard, the results. So you would have noticed there are plenty of examples in common life. You would have noticed that person studies for 1 hour gets 80%. In the hostel, if you've stayed in hostels and all that, so you would notice that a person who studies for 7 hours gets 70%. You would have noticed that a person is wants to become what do you call a receptionist and becomes a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. There are many examples in this world.
Right.
So you would have noticed that the person who is a bus conductor becomes a famous becomes a famous film actor. You would have also noticed that classmates among them talk, how did this guy get this girl? He doesn't even. I mean, he looks totally different. So the couples who want to have kids do not have kids. It's a very sensitive issue. People who want to get married don't get married. People who don't want to get married ultimately find themselves in a wedlock. So there are enough and more examples where the explanation from a logical point of view is not very easy to give. Right. So the chart probably kind of figures out the answers. And we talked about the karma concepts, right? The Sanchita, the Prarabdha and all that. So it is a perfect, directly proportional relation to our karma.
Okay.
So that is the best way to kind of put it in terms of a destiny and free will kind of.
Got it. So I think one last question that most of us might have in our head is, if there is destiny,
yes,
then what is the point of working hard? Because everything that has to come to us will anyways come to us, right?
Yes. So that is what I said. Destiny is a function of your free will. So if there is no free will, then the equation does not hold valid.
Yes.
So equation becomes zero.
Yes.
So then the entire life and the life equation becomes meaningless.
Yes.
So it is a function and it is a reverse function as well.
Right.
So the better the free will, the better will be the destiny that you're putting in.
Right.
So it is A is proportional to B. B is also proportional to A kind of an equation.
It's like a catch-22, right? You keep going.
Yes.
So like Anand mentioned, right? Destiny is also a function of free will. The amount of effort you put in is somewhere correlated to what you get. Like for example, he said that there are folks in the college who study for an hour and let's say get and excel the exam, and there are folks who really work hard and don't do as well, right? So that is the concept of free will, right? Where you have the amount of time to essentially put in the hard work, but how much you get out of it could be defined as destiny. And another good, so also the three examples that Anand mentioned, right, where you have a framework around which you have to work, and that framework is also known as destiny. Now, what you could also do is, you could get your chart read by us, and maybe we can help you in the right direction, like Anand mentioned, to tell you what are the positive aspects with regards to your life. If you would like to get your chart read, do log on to jyotishi.com, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel.